Now, if you're familiar with games like Gran Turismo, you'll find yourself at home in a Skyline. But if you're not, you could well be a bit baffled by the banks of knobs, switches, dials and LCD screens.
You got a lot of technology for your money, and the majority of it was actually centred around the wheels and the way that the torque was directed. For instance, most of the torque would be directed towards the back wheels, but in the event of a slide, it directed towards the front wheels. It actually balanced the wheels out in terms of the torque. So if one of the wheels slipped, it'd send more torque to the wheel to correct it.
Despite its looks, the Skyline actually has a relatively modest power output. A 2.6 inline six-cylinder twin-turbo developing just less than 280 brake horsepower. Turn into a corner, boot the throttle on the way out, go a bit sideways, counter-steer while winking at your passenger, and when the car realises you're about to get it horribly, expensively wrong, it shifts the power to the front wheels and rescues you.
As standard, they've got pretty high brake horsepower, but you can tune them to phenomenal amounts, and there's a really big modification market centred around these cars as well, and films such as The Fast and the Furious have only served to exacerbate that.
This model, I've had a full engine rebuild with forged pistons, port polish, gas flowed head, new cams, new bolts, new gasket, new clutch, new exhaust, so this one's a bit more than standard.
And it's the amount and ability of modifications that can be made to the Skyline that makes it so coveted amongst the max power crowd. Stories of 1,000 brake horsepower Skylines are now almost commonplace.